There's no way. Look though, look. Players like this come around once, sometimes in our lifetime.
But obviously, a lot of this cheers me up. It's good to see everybody out here having a really good time. There's so many people that put in so much time and effort.
I think that we were pretty soft in the first half defensively and even in the third quarter, and we kind of went on a run in the fourth.
Moments ago, a breathtaking news was made, and it's originating directly from Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, and NBA great Reggie Miller. In total, fans were left astonishment as the three moved forward, with news that nobody anticipated. From rivalry between the court and the off-court. Surprisingly, the world of basketball has become rife with gossip, but nothing. Anyone may have been ready for this. Social media is already experiencing a meltdown, and it is referred to as a game share by insiders. Thus, specifically, what did they uncover? Additionally, how could it disrupt the course of what is basketball as we know it? The announcement that might be rewritten. History of basketball. The excitement is genuine and the volume is increasing every hour. Questions have replaced whispers, and now industry, sports analysts, and fans. Insiders are talking about the same thing. What precisely are Caitlin Clark, Sophie? What are Reggie Miller and Cunningham up to? The three of them are each giants in their own right. Clark, the phenomenon that breaks records and the next WNBA generation's face. Cunningham, the intense rival and strong supporter of the sport. And the Hall of Famer Miller, who has decades of broadcast power and court wisdom, have recently been seen together. Weeks, not merely sitting courtside together. Chuckles, but conducting private meetings, posting mysterious messages, and setting off basketball fans' fantasies. All around, there is a lot of speculation. Crazy, and the hypotheses are just as audacious as the individuals involved. Will they be joining forces to introduce a revolutionary network of mentors that fills the void between athletes in the NBA and WNBA? One in which future talent can get direct instruction from experienced experts, male or female. Or is this the beginning of a revolution? Model for player development combining mental training, analytics, and leadership development aimed at raising the full range of sports, from youth leagues to professional courts? Some people think it's larger yet. There are rumors of a WNBA initiative for expansion, one with strategic support from Reggie and other NBA veterans. Miller, seeking to increase awareness, cities, and resources into the women's game. Others question if they're lying. The cornerstone of an international basketball school, a location where emerging talents, regardless of gender, from any place in the globe, might get instruction under the coaching from basketball greats. However, this is where things become even more exciting. What if everything is above? Rumor has it that the group, possibly forming a basketball tank, a formidable group of sportsmen, coaches, entrepreneurs, and cultural factors that will impact the future of all levels of the sport, from league regulations and media tactics to community and youth development outreach. This program might affect each level of the game. It's not just about basketball. It involves redefining it. It's more than just an effort to increase the popularity of women's sports, notwithstanding. That in and of itself would be enormous. It's about dismantling obstacles, contesting the outdated systems, and creating a new course where fame, background, and gender come into play. A secondary role to concepts, teamwork, and a common enthusiasm for the game. It concerns fostering a culture of basketball that is more strategic, more inclusive, and more visionary than ever before. Consider in the future, a little girl in a remote area. The same resources are used for training in America and guidance, much like her male peers. Among elites, where NBA players who have retired mentor WNBA newcomers, where the college athletes get more than just coaching advice, but also career development tools, where league access is available to grassroots coaches, level insights, and viewers are given a sport that symbolizes solidarity, advancement, and excellence in all respects. That future could already be developing. At this moment, the stakes are really high. This possible partnership may change the story of basketball forever. If Sophie Clark, Reggie Miller, and Cunningham are genuinely behind such an ambitious movement, then we're seeing more than simply a collaboration. We are living in the dawn of a new age. In athletics, there is no doubt that the countdown has started. Whatever they are, planning is a brave thing. It's not the same, and it will make an impression. When considering the manner in which the major announcement was made, continues to be a mystery even for those on the same team. Let's examine the information on what caused the trio to fall behind. The secret summit behind closed doors. In a action that surprised fans and insiders, three of basketball's most similar, captivating individuals, Clark, Reggie Miller, and Sophie Cunningham, convened a confidential meeting that may alter the sport's permanent face. There was no press attention, no insider information, no dazzling Instagram teasers, just the audio of rumors becoming more prevalent in what might be among the most important meetings in the history of basketball. According to reports, the meeting was held inside the top training of the Indiana Pacers facility, a famous site renowned for housing legends and producing champions. In the eyes of the general public, it was simply a calm day in the world of basketball. However, for those who are listening, there was something enormous brewing. There was no accident. In Clark's case, the lighting up as a breakthrough rookie phenomenon, the Indiana Fever's court. It's now her native land, a location where she's stunning fans and revising the rules with each game. Regarding Reggie Miller, the mythology of the Indiana Pacers, whose name is almost revered throughout the state. The building is a temple dedicated to his legacy. Miller is currently a private individual, however his unexpected and uncommon appearance the sports community's eyebrows. Sophie Cunningham came next. Strong, cunning, and highly esteemed, imparting an intense ferocity that balanced the room's vibe. She's renowned on the court for her perseverance and impact of it, as well as her presence, suggested that there was something enormous in movement. The actual encounter was obscured by under complete secrecy. Everyone concerned, having allegedly agreed to NDAs, non-disclosure contracts, as well as team insiders were not informed. No pictures, no clues, only doors that are closed and reserved facial expressions. Why the secrecy? Why now? Inside league circles, whispers imply that this player wasn't a regular strategy meeting or branding agreement. It was larger, possibly transformative. A few insiders conjecture that it may be the start of an innovative project that brings the NBA and WNBA in a way that has never been seen before. Previously, according to others, the trio is quietly spearheading a media restructuring movement, player equity and rights in professional basketball, even the possibility of a prominent mentoring program collaboration. Miller and other seasoned veterans with rising celebrities such as Cunningham and Clark to influence the game's next generation. The occurrence of Reggie Miller, who is mostly withdrawn from the limelight, was willing to return for this meeting, speaks for itself. His participation contributes an clear weight to whatever it is unfolding. He is more than simply a name from the previous. He represents basketball, excellence, and pride in Indiana. If he's sitting back and next to two of the most dynamic female athletes nowadays, it's for a significant event. Additionally, it could not have arrived at a more crucial moment. Women's basketball is hitting new heights. Levels of audience and cultural significance, and the NBA's new demands reform and modernization. A cross-generational, cross-league cooperation under the direction of 3 legendary voices might be just what the sport requires. This is what we do know. Something behind the scenes, something tremendous is developing. It goes beyond endorsement agreements, spectacular revelations, or press conferences. Legacy is at issue. It involves rewriting the guidelines for future engagement, participants. Additionally, it's about bringing the basketball's history, present, and future in a single moment of history. As admirers await the formal declaration 1, everything is quite obvious. Whatever it was spoken about behind those closed doors it wasn't just another meeting in Indiana. It was a pivotal moment, a spark, a silent revolution. Additionally, as the dust settles, we could remember that day not just as a headline, but as of right now, basketball was forever altered. The gathering tends to fill in gaps and create inventions. Let's examine the specifics of the children who met in secret with a new era's icons, the retired icon. Caitlin Clark is not your typical excellent newbie to the WNBA. She's changing the definition of a rookie and revising the guidelines for participation in women's basketball. As soon as she entered the court to represent Indiana, she brought more than skill to fever. She added a spark that illuminated the whole league. During her debut season, Caitlin did more than just act. She smashed long-standing records and borders and captivated the imagination. Many admirers nationwide. Her presence brought the fever out of the shadows and put them in the running for the playoffs drawing for the first time in years. Millions of people who watched it. Each time Caitlin makes contact with the ball, the game is electrified. With her lengthy precision passes, long-range shooting, and beyond her years in court eyesight, she creates the habit of the unattainable gaze. Her basketball intelligence and composure under duress. She has already been compared to legendary figures in the sport. However, it's not just her on-court performance that creates news. It's her poise, leadership, and fan interaction. Arenas packed, jerseys flying, sales and recommendations from well-known. Every brand points to the same reality. Caitlin Clark is more than just a WNBA player. She is changing it. She is now a new generation's face, the focal point of a league entering its heyday. The other side stands. Sophie Cunningham is an experienced and tough force for the Mercury of Phoenix. Although Caitlin is a symbol of the bright future, the immutable present is Sophie. A tenacious defense and clutch player. Every game is made more intense by Sophie. She searches for stray balls, fights beneath the edge, and never retreats from a challenge. However, her worth extends much beyond the box score. She is an outspoken leader in the changing area and an enthusiastic support the equality and rights of players. Away from the court, Sophie has taken advantage of her, a forum to discuss significant problems, enabling others and demonstrating that WNBA athletes are more than simply sportsmen. She is a voice, a force for change, a power. Clark and Cunningham together represent the ideal fusion of promise and strength, one forging the way forward, the other serving as the league's anchor with heart and passion. Their influence extends deeper than victories and defeats. It's cultural. It is historical. Additionally, with their surprising partnership with the NBA, Reggie Miller, the legend, has become invincible. As soon as Reggie Miller, one of the most admired figures in basketball, identifies with 2 WNBA players. Most striking numbers, it indicates more than a simple affirmative nod. It signifies a profound change in the sport's
story.
Miller's participation emphasizes a strong point that women's basketball is an important topic, but a major event that merits funding, honor, and celebration. His renowned stature combined with the unadulterated ability of Clark and the hardened perseverance of Cunningham creates a basketball trinity, genius that could change the course. The women's game is viewed globally. A partnership is more than simply three individuals. The goal is to bring in a new
period.
It is a representation of creativity, tenacity, and solidarity. It concerns breaking down barriers between women's athletics and fostering connections between cooperation. It's important to respect the past while boldly developing the future. The flame is Caitlin Clark. Beginning. Sophie Cunningham is the
backbone.
Reggie Miller is the heir apparent from a past generation. When combined, they provide an exciting convergence of influence, vision, and excellence. This isn't simply a highlight in the history of the WNBA. It's the start of an exciting new chapter that pledges to improve the league and motivate the following generation and change forever. The match. Let's now explore the information on the retiring celebrity in the middle, the legendary sharpshooter, who identified crucial moments in the history of the NBA. Miller, Reggie. Wayne Reginald Miller, known more popularly as Reggie Miller, an iconic figure in the realm of basketball. American-born, Miller played all 18 games. Employment in the National Basketball Association, participating in just for the Pacers of Indiana. His devotion to a certain franchise, as well as with his thrilling live shows, particularly when the stakes are high, turned him into one of the most recognizable and renowned NBA players throughout history.
What
distinguished Reggie Miller from a lot of others was his exceptional capacity to try to hit the ball from a distance. He became one of the most dreaded the game's three-point shooters had ever observed. Miller did more than merely put up points. He flourished under duress. When the outcome of the game depended on the audience was yelling, and Miller appeared to glow even more brilliantly. This wasn't anywhere more obvious than in his enduring confrontations with the Knicks of New York. His amazing late-game displays versus he was awarded the notorious "The Nick Killer" is his moniker. Admirers and both experts recall instances in which he would earn several points in just seconds, leaving rivals dumbfounded and enthusiastic fans exploding. Throughout his professional life, Miller was named 5 times as an NBA All-Star, an obvious indication of the regard he was accorded from the basketball and his classmates.
community.
Formally, his greatness was acknowledged when he was inducted in 2012, entering the Basketball Namath Memorial Hall of Fame, a distinction only given to the greatest game to ever play. In 2021, he obtained yet another honorable honor, being included in the NBA's 75th anniversary group, honoring the 75 of the league's greatest players. Prior to dominating the NBA, Miller attended UCLA to play collegiate basketball, one of the most prestigious initiatives in the nation. As a member of the UCLA, he made the third-team Bruins' 1986 All-American accolades. While he was junior year, his outstanding college career earned him a spot as the 11th overall selection in the initial round of the Indiana Pacers were selected by the NBA in 1987. Action that might influence both parties' futures. Miller and the franchise. During his professional career, Miller continued to series of records. He briefly held the NBA record for the most three-pointers in a career, made field goals, an accomplishment that spoke. His shooting prowess speaks for itself. Although he has subsequently been overtaken by others, such as James Harden, Stephen Curry, Damian Lillard, Klay, and Ray Allen. Thompson. Miller's influence on the three-point game's evolution is indisputable. Additionally, he displayed amazing precision from the line of the free throw, dominating the league in free throws percent 5 times. The NBA wasn't the only league with excellent shooting.
Courts.
Miller spoke on behalf of the United States competing in the Summer Olympics in 1996, took home a gold medal from Atlanta, enhancing his already outstanding set of accomplishments. 2006 as a symbol of, with appreciation and respect, the Indiana Pacers. His number 31 jersey was retired. To this day, many of basketball historians and fans think of Reggie Miller as the best player to don a Pacers uniform in the past. His drive, initiative, and clutch performances turned into the heart of the franchise for over 20 years. Following, Miller did not announce his retirement from the NBA, leave the game that he enjoyed. Rather, he seamlessly moved into broadcasting, gaining recognition. Voice on TNT as an NBA commentator. He also offers his perspectives as a college student, CBS Sports basketball analyst, keeping fans informed and entertained. With his thorough grasp of the game, Reggie Miller's basketball, in summary, the tale of talent is called journey, perseverance, and classic brilliance.
A
Narrative that keeps gamers motivated and admirers of all ages. The key encounter between the trio is undoubtedly unique since it seeks to create prospects for the future. Let's determine the probable result of the announcement, particularly with regard to connecting leagues, generations, and sexes. A future blueprint. This isn't your typical headline. Snagging a collaboration. What we are. Observation seems to be the beginning of something much larger. A change in culture. A momentous change. The beginning of a basketball movement that has the potential to redefine the game in its current form. It is no longer comparing basketball for men and women, basketball or seasoned athletes against the emerging stars. This is about demolishing ancient barriers, connecting generations, and combining new, vibrant ideas with heritage. Inventiveness. Imagine this: world-class basketball players ascending throughout the nation, but with Indiana standing as the launch pad. They're not your typical camps for training. These are locations where the sports leaders and legends join forces to transmit more than merely abilities. They are influencing the course of the game's internal structure. Reggie Miller, the Hall of Famer with the keen shooting, with a high basketball IQ, instructs players' perceptions of the court, not just play with it. His lessons on court vision go beyond placement or passing. They're about planning, foresight, and a game of mental chess that divides great from the elite. By his side, Caitlin Clark, already well known at this early age, exhibits the smooth inventiveness and speed of the contemporary offensive game. Her motion, shooting range, and capacity to adjust pace become an expert demonstration of adjusting to today's fast-paced basketball culture. Then you possess Sophie Cunningham, gritty, fervent, brave, and providing seminars on tenacity, leadership, and demanding respect when the stakes are great. Circumstances on and off the court. However, this movement is more than only players in development. It has to do with molding whole athletes. Consider a course of study that incorporates top-tier physical training with guidance in branding, business, as well as media. Not only will athletes learn how